friends, I was over here trying to think about what videos I've done in the past but I haven't done for a long time, and I thought about pet peeves. Personally, I find it very fun to talk about pet peeves. I don't know if everyone agrees. Sometimes it seems like a dangerous topic, but I think it's fun. It's all in good fun, at least, and all only my opinions. I wanted to bring this video back for 2025 and talk about some of my skincare pet peeves. So just a fun, chatty video today. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section below, but I have to start this video with my number one pet peeve of all time. Some of you know it because I talk about it a lot. Let's call this pet peeve good product, bad packaging, and I know that you can think of some examples of this. If you are a skincare enthusiast, you've had this happen. Here's a not exhaustive list of examples. Number one, the Glow Recipe Avocado Cleanser. The hole was too big and the product came flying out. Super wasteful. On the flip side of the coin, the Pharmacy Toner, where the hole was too small to get product out and you were whacking it trying to get the product to come out. Rare Beauty Lotion, same issue, can't get the product out of the packaging. Tula Vitamin C Moisturizer. So this had a clear pump system, and what would happen is the vitamin C would get exposed to light and air, and you would see this brown gunk at the tip every time you tried to pump this vitamin C out. Oh. Tatcha sunscreen. Many of you remember this one. The lettering came off the packaging. So while the sunscreen was wonderful, eventually you started applying the letters of your sunscreen to your face. It was some kind of horrific take on an alphabet soup screen. You're just gonna have to get used to Alice being heated in this video. Bioma lip oil. You can't tip it over because it leaks. Most likely, the reason this occurs is because these products have custom packaging. Right, you know how The Ordinary has all of their products in the same generic packaging? Think about the products that I just listed. They all have unique packaging. So what I think happens is these products are initially developed and tested in a lab in standard packaging. The brand then orders thousands and thousands of these products, they receive it, and I truly think that somebody at the company goes, uh-oh. And that, my friends, that's my gripe. My gripe is that I feel like somebody still has the nerve to send the product out after they've noticed these problems. I mean, think about how Rare Beauty still has that lotion on the market. Now, when you buy it from Sephora, you get a free pump with your purchase to try to correct that. But as I've said so many times before, the customers that end up hurt the most by this are your best customers as a brand. That Glow Recipe cleanser, you know, I was such a big fan of Glow Recipe that I bought that the second it released. So I feel like I was part of the group of people that loved Glow Recipe, bought this product, discovered the problem, and then they fixed it. Yes, they fixed it, but they didn't send out any kind of fix for those of us that had already bought the product. And a lot of people have told me, you know, just buy another empty bottle, decant it into that, and I agree, there are fixes, but again, it bothers me so much that a profitable company didn't figure out a fix for its customers. This whole situation reminds me of a story, one of my life stories. So back in college, I worked the entire time that I was going to school. And one of my jobs was working for a real estate agent. When I first started working there, I actually thought that I had the meanest boss ever. If you made some kind of a mistake, she made you fix it. And what she always said is, it doesn't matter if you make a mistake, what matters is what do you do to correct your mistake. And as the years go by, I have just come to realize that this was the best boss I've ever had, making me correct the mistakes that I made on my own as fast as possible. That is something that I'm so grateful that I have that characteristic because of this harsh boss that I had in the past. But because of this, I also get flustered with all of this because, again, I know that y'all knew somewhere along the line you just didn't want to lose money. It would involve losing money to correct this mistake. Let's move on because, again, I have a whole list here. So number 2 on my list is deceptive packaging. But when I say this, I'm actually referring to both deceptive packaging and the way consumers believe there is deception going on in packaging. I'll elaborate. Have you ever heard someone say, the skincare industry is unregulated? That is simply not true. I think you could say that it is underregulated, but no, there certainly are regulations. You know about them from the way that an ingredients list has to be written. I find it so fascinating that when it comes to cosmetics, there are such strict regulations on how the weight or a volume of a product has to be described displayed in multiple different places. So for example, it always has to be clearly either on the front or on the back of a product in clear enough lettering that you can see it. No matter what you buy, that weight or volume has to be displayed clearly. And this is one of those things that the FDA is so strict on. You have to get this right or you will get a fine. So it baffles my mind when I see people confused by, for example, the good old airless pump. I know you have seen people gripe about feeling tricked by brands. There is one review in particular that lives rent-free in my head. I'm going to put it up on the screen with a big apology if you are the person that wrote this. I doubt it. I don't think I actually have a lot of Drunk Elephant fans that watch this channel, believe me. I have gathered that. But this review, I'm not even kidding. I think about this all the time. This person went to the store to repurchase a product that they had been enjoying, and they saw that airless pump style of packaging. They felt tricked by it, and they talked themselves out of buying this again. You were there to buy more. In case you don't know what I'm talking about, an airless pump is exactly what it sounds like. It's basically you put your product into a bag that fills up with the product, so as you pump it out more and more, once you get to the end of that bottle, that pump is going to look like it's empty because you've pumped out all of the product. Nonetheless, this is not me just completely siding with brands on this one, because I have absolutely noticed that we are all a bit influenced by the size of packaging, self-included. Listen, self-included. I found a good example. It did not take me long at all. I bet if you look in your collection, if you have lip products, you will be able to do the same thing I just did. So look at these two lip products, okay? Which one do you think contains more product? You already know it's a trick question. So yes, it is in fact this one. You see how that is smaller, right? 0.2 ounces, 0.15 ounces. I don't like that this is a thing, but I also don't like that it works. Because if you think about it, we have a landfill problem. We have a garbage problem on the planet. The more that companies can fit a larger amount of product into a smaller packaging, the better, right? My bottom line here is I just really wish that people would start reading the weight or volume on packaging. People don't pay attention though, and that's why companies are using larger product packaging than they need to. A lot needs to be fixed here, in my personal opinion. We've got to talk about something that it's just deeply painful. It is deeply painful for me, and it is chemical-free. What? Just what? Just what are we doing? Another true story for you all. So I found this adorable indie brand. It was kind of an expensive brand, but it was CBD based, so I guess it made sense. I thought they were so cute. I bought their products with my own money. I was looking up more about the founder, really excited to share them on my channel. And then all of a sudden I came across this interview the founder did, wherein she said that her goal for her skincare brand was to keep the products chemical free. How are you going to have a CBD brand that is chemical-free? Please, I implore you to think about this. I suspect that this problem runs very, very deep. I just don't think most people watching this video are about to become a keyboard warrior in my comment section. Most of you are going, yep, yes, it's very frustrating, Alice, I agree. I just feel like this is such basic science that I truly don't know how people don't know the definition of a chemical. It doesn't mean artificial or man-made. And I think that is what a lot of people do believe. But even if we are talking about artificial or man-made, it's not just objectively bad. As we've talked about so much, sometimes it is very good. It can often be far less allergenic. Goodness, I feel so bad for people that don't yet know that they are dealing with allergies and are, exploring the clean beauty world. I've been there, right? I just had breakout after breakout after breakout because at the time I didn't understand that all of those clean beauty products were using ingredients like essential oils, which, while natural, contain a lot of natural allergens. Right? You know people can be allergic to shellfish. You know people can be allergic to peanut butter. These are natural things. But again, I just don't know how to go about correcting all the misinformation that is out there. I have yet another story for you. Okay, so this involves my brother, who is in fact related to me. Which is all to say that both of us have a little bit of a quirk of really wanting people to understand things and wanting people to be right. So my brother was maybe 6 or 7 years old, and one day his teacher said something and he did not agree. He said to that teacher, "No, you are wrong." And the teacher said, "Don't you start with me." He said no, and he ended up getting sent to the principal's office. So the principal called my mom and said, He's arguing with his teacher. We need you to come on down. So my mother comes down. She talks to him. She says, "What's going on?" And my brother says, "Well, my teacher said the speed of sound is faster than the speed of light." My poor mother, right? And then my brother says, "Yeah, so I said, no, you're wrong. The speed of light is faster than the speed of sound." So yeah, my mother went to the principal and she says, he's right. He's right. And the principal goes, Oh, he's right. But this is what's going on in our school systems. You know, I'm glad that my brother does have such a persistent personality, because an entire classroom of students was about to learn something that was painfully incorrect. I mean, I don't know how that teacher got that so backwards. Have you seen Star Wars? Have you heard a rocket launch? I don't understand. Next on my list is "you're using X wrong." I hate this. See, what this is it's something called a hook, and I absolutely hate that I know this. I hate that I know this. But if you want your Reel or TikTok or YouTube short to do well, you really should start it with something that grabs the viewer's attention. And unfortunately, a lot of the things that grab the viewer's attention just aren't great. Telling people that they're doing something wrong, you know, everybody immediately stops to go, oh my gosh, what am I doing wrong? But a lot of the time what follows is just a bunch of nonsense. As an example, do you remember when double cleansing took off? And that was the thing that everyone was doing wrong. You aren't washing your face correctly. You need to double cleanse your sunscreen and or makeup off. Now it's changed, and get this, you're cleansing wrong, but now it's because we're not double cleansing anymore. Now we're using that stretchy cleanser, the Aritzia cleanser. You realize you can just use a single cleanse. You can also double cleanse. You realize you can do different things on different nights depending on your needs. Oh my gosh. This is kind of 2 pet peeves in one, because I absolutely hate the strict rules of skincare. I think that's such a problem. People should realize that skincare routines are individual, they are flexible. What works for one person is not a guarantee that it will work for another, and you really can change things up. But again, a lot of this is coming down to how you get views. It's the incrapification theory. I made that word more family friendly for the channel, but that is a great theory. Have you all read that? I believe that applies not only to platforms, but to content creation as well. You know, there's more that I know that I don't do because I just hate it all so much. But for example, you all know that having more comments helps a creator, right? That's why creators have done things like say, you know, if you stay to the end, leave this emoji in the comment section, etc. The more comments, the more views a video gets. So one recommendation is to have misspellings. Have a glaring misspelling in your title so that people click it so they can correct you. Oh, it's a brilliant way to get more views, and I'm sorry, but that is so shady. Is that not shady? I think that is so shady. We're gonna always spell check over here, and if there ever is a misspelling, I'm gonna fix that ASAP. And I'll just keep enjoying my low views, you know? I can't bring myself to do the shady stuff. I can't do it. I wanna end this video with but one more of my pet peeves, and that is quiet reformulations. You know, earlier in this video we were talking about how the FDA is extremely strict with labeling the net weight or the volume of a product. I think that there should be a requirement to list out what version of a product we are on. Just like with software, right? You know how software used to say Windows 3.1, oh, I'm really dating myself. Products should have to say this because I know that it's happened to you where you buy a product and you're going, is something different about this? It's not working like it used to. Wouldn't it be great if you could look at that and go, oh, this is version 1.9. My last bottle said version 1.8. I do feel like K-Beauty is pretty good about this. They usually announce their reformulations, but a lot of Western brands just do this real quiet reformulation. It's hard not to feel like you hope that nobody will notice. Did you just cheap out? Is the formula now less nice? This one was hot on my mind because over on my Instagram I'm trying to make it a little more makeup focused over there and a little more skincare focused over here. And I just did Dior makeup. I've been so confused by the blush that I had from them because I saw all these people using this blush and getting a ton of pigment. I wasn't getting that. And then I finally saw Nikki LaRose talking about that blush, and she said it was reformulated, so now it's no longer as good. She showed the swatch, and it all clicked in my head. I went, I'm using the new version, and it's less good. And they've dialed down the pigment. Why would you? That was such a hit. That was such a viral product. I will never understand the cheaping out. It's just like point one in the same video where it feels like, do you want to make your customer base upset? I don't get it. Anyway, my friends, I think that's all for today's video. I actually do have more pet peeves, but I don't want to make this list too long. I've already likely made some people mad. Anyway, if you would like to join in today's fun, let me know your pet peeve in the comment section below. And thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to like and subscribe. I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I will see you all next time.